Hi. In the last session, we saw about the market-based approach and selected a product to export. In this session, we are going to use the product-based approach and select the product. So here, I'm going to make the selection exports because it is product-based approach considering the products that are exported from your country. Because I'm from India, I'm going to input as India. So here you have trade indicators, yearly time series, quarterly time series, monthly time series, and companies. So here we can see different type of or in-depth details at using each selection. Here I'm going to use the trade indicators. So once you use the trade indicators, because now you are aware of how to use this trade map, I'll go a bit faster, but then you can easily catch up because the process is similar to the market based approach. Again, you'll check the sectors here. You will list the sectors. So here, I'm just quickly going to take one sector. So every time you should be careful about the first digit higher than the second digit because we are seeing the rapid growth curve stage. So we need that advantage of getting a better profit or good cash flow in the business. Because I would always say cash flow is the bloodline of your business. You can compromise certain percentage on your profit. In case if you have 5% profit, you can have 3% profit, and you can check a different supply chain where different areas of supply chain where you can do some cost saving. But if the payment term is really good, if the buyer goes by, in case you say you have a very good product that buyer likes, that they are going for negotiation, they say they like the price, but they want some concession or some discount, and they will make further purchases from you, though it's not definite that they are going to buy from you ever. But in that case, if they place a negotiation in such a way, you can change the payment term, and then you can negotiate on the um, cost, so that it will help you to increase the cash flow. So never compromise on cash flow for your business. Build a asset based business rather than a liability business. Don't do exports because you'll get some loans or incentives from others. Incentives you'll get one day after the foreign currency realization or export realization. That's after you get the money into your bank, that is when you can apply for the incentives. So don't just think that you can get some money because you'll get the incentive from the government. So to proceed into the selection, there are 4 pages. So you can scroll, you can find out study about different sectors that can you can choose a product from. So let's take page number 2. While I'm going to find the page number 2. So you can see that the annual growth in most of the cases, the annual growth and value. Sorry, we are in sectors. So annual growth and value, it should be positive, and the 2 cases should be positive. And in this case, the reason one should be positive. If it is value and quantity, where we go for the 6 digit, that time we should be careful that the first column, first value should be moved. So here I'll go for oil seeds. It's both in negative, but certain oil seeds, say peanuts, that has a very good opportunity from India to be exported. So here we can see India exports to different countries. I'll click on products. Then I told you that groundnut has a good opportunity, so we can see that it has a good value. in the last 5 years, we are able to have a good growth. So in this, I'll click on graph. Here I'm doing it little different so that you can see the differences, how quick you can make the option. So here you can see a graph with 4 quadrants. You can choose any method. You can either shortlist to 6 digit and then compare the growth rate in both value and quantity. You can also click on graph and see that the graph it is split into 4 quadrants: winners in growing sector, losers in growing sector, winners in declining sector, and losers in declining sector. Sector means that which broad category, broad place. So here oil seeds, rubber, plastic, textile, so that in that not all the products will have the export potential. Only certain products will be growing in exports. Then losers. Even the sector is a good sector. Coconut is a good sector, but the copra we can see that it is a losing sector. So losers in growing sector. Here the sector itself is declining. Overall the sector will be declining, but uh, we can do the export. There will be export potential there. So in that we can see that 2 products. When it is yellow, that means India is a importer of that product. A net importer. We might be doing some exports for that product, but majority we import that product. So here we can see that soya beans and groundnut. So soya beans, we know what's happening between US and China. So China would buy soya beans from India, and soya beans DOC, de-oiled cake, that also have a good demand from India, where it is used for the cattle feed. So here I can check on groundnuts or I can check on soya beans. I have 2 options in that sector. So depending upon the availability, I can go for which product that I need to choose. So we know all the details, like how, when to use it, when not to use it. Even then, if you again click on that product, you'll get again that graph with winner in growing sectors and losers the same quadrants. Here it is a further calculation, further a deep down classification. Here it is 6-digit HS code. Even in groundnuts, there are different types of groundnuts, but in broad, it can be either in the shell or it can be outside the shell. So after deskinning the shell. So here you can see that groundnuts in shell, that is a growing sector, and groundnuts shelled is also is a winner category. So now what will you choose? It, of course, it depends upon the your ability to go for processing the groundnuts. If you can process the groundnut, then you should go for the groundnut that has been shelled, that do not have the shell. So you can choose depending upon your ability of processing and procuring. You can choose whichever product you want to export to. Sorry, the product you want to choose to export. So now you would have understood how you can use the graph to identify. This is easier method. Whether it always depends upon how you prefer to shortlist. Whether you prefer the numbers or the graph. We are different type of people. Some use the calculation. Some like to look at the pictures and know the details. So here, depending upon your groundnut availability and what type of groundnut you have, you can choose that product. So if you are clear in this, please type your key takeaway from this session. I'll meet you in the next session where I'll talk about export potential map how you can use the potential map, be it a market-based approach or product-based approach. I believe even at this stage, you would have dropped down to certain products to be exported. Is it not interesting? I'm sure, I'm very much sure that you can do the exports with great success. Thank you.